Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Amanda and today I'm playing with my Counterfeit Kit challenge for my papers and some embellishments. And I'm also playing along with Speedy Scrapbooking with Ginger's Corner, where Ginger challenges to use one of 23 sketches at least 3 times this month. So I chose this one to start with, and then I will have these up on Tuesdays. There'll be a playlist for Ginger below, as well as the links for the Counterfeit Kit challenge. And so I pulled out these 2 pictures, which were of my youngest getting ready for her grade 6 farewell celebration thing, which I did a process video for on Sunday. And I saved these couple pieces of paper that were on that one. And I have some embellishments that I dug out that match with the other flower that was on that page, and I'm going to use some of the same stuff to make a page for her getting ready. So I'm going to use my Recollections banner piece, and I'm going to put it through my die cut, but I'm not going to pull it all the way through because I want long dies, not these short ones, but I don't like making the banner pieces, and so I like it when I don't have to. So this is how I don't have to. So I'm just lining the die with the edge of the paper, and I'm putting it through mostly, but not all the way. So that last piece of that die does not cut. I'm also going to put it through on this one as well. And I'm just going to slice this off just a little bit because I don't want the side, like that top piece, to cut as well. I want it to be as long as I can make it with this as well. And I wanted the words to go mostly up and down, which meant I had to do it the way I did it. So, and then I'm just going to take my cutter and I'm going to line up the cut mark and cut the rest of it off. And then I get these really long, super nice banner pieces. So, and the set I have has a whole bunch of different sizes, but this size looked really great for the sketch that I was using from Ginger today. So I'm just cutting off some bits off the edge and going to use what I can. I decided this wasn't long enough. Well, I knew this wasn't going to be long enough, so I'm just going to cut a rectangle piece for the top part of it because it's going to get covered up. And so there's 3 banners. There's one on each, or 2 that look probably that they're the same, and 1 that's different. I'm going to stick to that, but I decided instead of doing the 2 black ones, I'm going to do 2 word prints for 2 of them and then the black one for 1, if that made sense. So kind of sort of like this. This is kind of what the base page looks like too. On the sketch that we're using, it has a 4x6 and a 6x4. I am going to crop that one down obviously to a 3x4. This one can stay larger. I could have cropped that off too and it wouldn't have been a big deal, but not a big deal. So just matting it in white cardstock. This is really thick cardstock, so it doesn't cut super well, but oh well. And then on my page from Sunday, the photos were matted in white, so I'm sticking to the white as well because they will go beside each other in her book eventually. And I say eventually because I have piles and piles and piles of layouts that I have not put away. So that is what I need to do. And then this came from a pattern paper that I fussy cut out. And so these were some of the pieces that I had in a different, well, in my yellow drawer, and I used one of them on the other page, so I have a few more, and I actually found a piece of scrap of some of the bits that I actually cut it out of, so I've pulled some of the stuff that I've already fussy cut out, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. And so just going to get these down because I know where they're going to go, so I might as well. So on it goes. And then get this one lined up. I'm using my T-square because it makes it super easy to get these long pieces on and lined up. And then this I know is too long, but that's okay. I didn't want to have to be too short. So on it goes. So my photo's going to go there, and this one's going to overlap it, but line up with that banner piece. Just trying to figure out kind of where. So on the sketch, it overlaps the one banner but not the other, so I'm going to stay with that. And then I'm going to overlap the photo like it is on the sketch as well, just where the water bottle was. I was trying to be sneaky and take these pictures because my kids don't always like me taking pictures of them. So I snuck these pictures, so they're not perfect, but yeah. And then there is a cluster that's here that overlaps, and then there's one that is over by the other side of the banner here. So there's 3 clusters. I'm not sure I'm liking what this looks like at the moment. I look at it for a bit. I'm like, nope, here, nope. I don't know, cut this off, maybe that'll help. So trim off that little bit, and I don't like how that is sitting there. I'm like, I don't know. So I take a look at what I have left of this piece of pattern paper that I fussy cut those other pieces off of, and so I'm going to fussy cut this piece out. I'm not going to make you watch the whole part of that because it does take me a little bit. And then I'm like, too much still on there, so maybe here. I'm going to cut this off. And so that works better. I'm actually going to turn it sideways here in a second. But I'm like trying to layer this up with pieces I have. I'm like, nope. So this one's going to move over there, and I like that. And then these 2 are going to nestle together. That one sideways like this. And that I like better. So this one's going to go on here. And then I'm going to do some more of this silver glitter washi tape onto that post-it pad, and then I'm going to punch the hearts out. This is on the companion page, so it ties that glitter in for the washi tape without having it in some other spots, which goes in a few spaces. Actually kind of where Ginger's dots are on her sketch, so that works out pretty good. I like that. Glue these down. And the other hearts. That works pretty good. I was thinking about putting this piece of ribbon on because it was on the other one too, and I decided I'm not sure, so it's going to sit there for a minute. And then I pulled out these rub-ons from my Counterfeit Kit, and I'm going to use some of these old rub-ons. They don't go on perfect, but it's okay. I'm not going to make you watch all of it because they are super old and did not want to go on very well, so I took quite a bit of time to do these ones actually. So I'm going to put the bow there, and it overlaps, which was a really big risk because I have to push really hard and it takes a long time. Like I cut probably 90% of that out, and then this one too took quite a bit. There's a little bit left over on this, so I just put a little sneak of it under here. And then I thought about trying these corner pieces. They are not going to go on. And so those ones are done. So I don't have much left for these rub-ons. I got a couple pieces that I might be able to use somewhere. But yay, that's almost done for those ones. Then I take a look, and then this is my alphas. So my alphas I have organized in rainbow color order. So my yellows and oranges, and actually the browns, because they're kind of that same tone, are all in together. And so I just went through these last weekend and put them all away and made them all sit in nice so that I can find what I'm looking for. So on Ginger Sketch, there is, the title is a chunky title at the top here. So I'm trying Primping up here as the title, but it's definitely getting lost on that pattern paper. And I'm like, but I do actually like that. I had to go and I don't know, do something. I think I got a phone call, and then so I'm moving these over to the side, and I like that better, getting the dots for the eyes on, and that is super cute. And then I'm looking at the 2 pages together, and I'm deciding what else it needs. And I've decided that this needed a little bit of ink around the edges, just to, contain it a bit more. And then because I did it to the one, I'm going to do it to the other one from Sunday. And those are those 2 together. And then I am going to add the alpha on this page instead of cutting it out, because yeah, it's here and it's 2 seconds. And then here's the close-ups of the companion page for the one I did on Sunday, and this will most likely go in her book first because it's the getting ready. And here's some close-ups. I do like how this one turned out. I will have the playlist for Ginger's Corner for the Speedy Scrapbooking linked below, and I will have the links for Counterfeit Kit Challenge as well. I would love it if you liked, commented, and subscribed. Thank you so much for watching. There's some other videos here that you might want to take a look at too. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.